Well, hello internets, here we are with a bit of a video. Well, are loyalty programs worth it? I've had this thought going around in my head for a while. It seems that every business has some kind of app you can download or points you can collect or whatever it is you can get. Is it really worth it, or are they a scam? And yeah, welcome to our vlog. So here we go. I've noticed a trend in the last little while, mainly a lot in like the last 5 years. Every business, every service station, every retail store, every food, even side stores have like loyalty programs. You know, you buy $10 in items and you get like 1 point, or you buy $400 or $500 in groceries and you get like 50 points, and when you gather together like 10,000 points, then you get $10 in loyalty cash or whatever. All these apps, all of this electronic tracking, all of this things are all new to me. Back in the day, the only loyalty programs that I remember is we had a gas station that had like a liter log, as they called it, where after so many liters you got a discount on your next fuel purchase. Or back in the day, Subway used to have Subway tickets. You'd collect whatever it was, 7 or 8 or 10 tickets on a little card, business card kind of thingy, and then you got like a free 6-inch sub or something. Of course, all manual, no electronic, no nothing. For those that are Canadian who remember the Canadian Tire money used to be like paper money. Apparently they used to do it way back and then they stopped. And then in the late 90s they brought it back. And it encouraged people to buy fuel at Canadian Tire, or to buy their fishing gear or their barbecue or their bicycle at Canadian Tire, because again, you spend $160 and maybe get $1.60 in Canadian Tire money. But over the summer or a year or two, you could have $200-300 in Canadian Tire money, which obviously benefited Canadian Tire, because then you go back to their store and you'd buy it there. I forget, I think it was last year they stopped handing out the paper money and they went to their electronic, all app loyalty scan barcode program. And that was right around the time that virtually every grocery store started doing it too, and fast food places started to do it. Like I said, side stores started to do their loyalty programs, and they're confusing to me. I don't see the point in them. If you were a loyal shopper that didn't spend a dime anywhere else but that one specific store franchise, then you might accumulate enough points to make them worth it. But when you shop around for better sales, better buys in other stores, you spread your grocery budget between 2 to 3 different locations, your points don't get accumulated fast enough, or at least mine don't anyways. I don't shop according to what their app says. I don't shop and buy what the sales say to buy. Their app says, okay, this is on sale today. If you buy this, then you get 1,000 points. Well, I don't buy that because it's cheaper somewhere else, or I don't buy that stuff, that product, or that brand, period, because I'm not paying $8 for something that you can buy for $4 somewhere else. You know, again, if you were a set in your ways loyal shopper, that might pay off. Another question that I've had rattling around in my head is, when you're given a survey and you're asked how much junk food or how much coffee or how much prescription medication you consume in a month, very seldom will you ever answer the right amount, because one, you don't know exactly the amount, and two, really, whose business is it but your own? Well, with these loyalty programs, with the barcode the cashier scans, with everything being tracked, they know exactly how much junk food you buy in a month. They know how much coffee you scan at the drive-thru in a month. They know how many times you've been to 7-Eleven and used their app for, and what purchases you've bought on that app, if they so choose. That information is there. There was a thing put forward. I don't know if it's gone further, if it's been abolished or struck down, but they were trying to get in place a junk food tax. And junk food, their terminology was quite a broad term, and it sounded like almost 90% of the stuff that most people buy would be considered for that extra tax. And one of their hurdles that they were having was they couldn't track realistically how much junk food we were buying, because there was no way to track how much we were buying, because we'd pay with cash or pay with debit, and the purchases were on a receipt. And I know they have those apps where you scan your receipt to get points, and when you get X number of points, then you get a gift card or PayPal or whatever. But not enough people were narking on themselves and filling out those receipt kind of apps. But with these loyalty programs, they know exactly what you buy, when, what time of month, what's your routine. On payday you buy these cases of this stuff, and then within 30 days you're buying more. So obviously you must have ate 48 cans of cream of mushroom soup in 30 days or so. Same with chips. They track all that, and junk food. So this way, with this data that we give them, now they have their evidence they want to concretely say that X number percentage of this population is consuming this kind of junk food. So now we'll put a tax on it, trying to discourage the use of this junk food. They have taxed other things, especially recently in the last couple of years. Crown land camping, I know this is a different subject, used to be free. But because of things that have gone on, they've made people buy a pass now to use Crown land, which used to be forever free. That way they have a tax. They tax us when we make money. They tax us when we spend it. They tax us when we invest our money. They tax us when we die. They tax us to live. A few years ago, they put taxes on cigarettes and raised the cost of cigarettes, hoping to get more people to quit. Some did, but the diehard partakers still don't care. They still use. They still buy the pack a day, pack every couple of days, whatever they do. And another thing is what do they do with all the information that you give them, like your address, your phone number, the members of your family that fill out their own sub-applications on your little barcode? What kind of information do they keep from all that? do they sell your information? I wonder that myself, because some of those apps that I did join up a little bit, some of them gave me a lot of weird spam messages that I never filled out any forms for. I use various email addresses sometimes for various apps. Keeping a good email address, keeping a not so good email address, and keeping one for trash, as what I call questionable things. And those questionable things, they get flooded with offers for fake things, scam things, want your credit card and stuff. And another thing that I've often wondered is, even though you got your location services turned off, they can still track you. They know where you've been, they know where you go. And even though they claim they don't, as we found out over the last couple of years, they still track you. They still know where you go. They are still gathering information, even though you have took away that permission for them to do so. How many of these apps do you have on your phone? How many of these loyalty programs have you signed up for? Have you really got any benefit out of it other than $10 or $20 here and there? Have you really saved enough money on your ever-rising grocery bill to offset the risk, the privacy risk of all the information they're gathering on you? Leave your comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.